Alright guys, so I finally got the challenge of might done. We're definitely going to be going back to the fort to see what happens next. I can't wait. Curious to see what's going to be next. If there's going to be another quest or we get something cool, I don't know. But let's find out. I killed 8,000 enemies in the last 3 days, so this walk is the longest walk of my life.
So, now that you've walked in her footsteps, let me tell you the final tale of Magna Stra. When General Tarsis fell, those closest to her went into mourning. Each carried grief in their own way. For Magna, the loss of her friend and leader turned to rage. She couldn't rest while a single Urgoth lived. They were already broken by the sword of Fulminus, terrified, fleeing to the dark corners of the world. But hard on their heels, Strahl came, hunting them one by one.
This sounds like the other story you told me.
Listen to enough tales of Magna Strahl and a pattern emerges. When at last her scouts found no more enemies, she returned to the Fortress of Dawn. There she found the doors sealed. The Legionnaires were preparing to leave forever.
Even after I went inside, I've never heard why the fortress was sealed up.
I'm getting to that part. While Strahl eased her grief with battle, Arden Vasa fixated on his duty. With her final breath, Tarsis had made him swear Antium would not fall, no matter the cost. At her command, Vasa prepared to take the entire Legion of Dawn to safeguard Antium for all time. Outraged at what she saw as desertion, Strahl ordered the Lancers to halt, and they obeyed. Her general secured a future for all people, not just Antium. She called for the Legion to follow her, to battle the enemy in the darkness where they'd fled.
So which one had the right idea?
Well, if you ask a Sentinel, Arden Vasa. Ask a Paladin, it's Strahl. A freelancer usually says neither. Strahl was admired, some might say revered, by many, and they gladly joined her cause. Vasa called them traitors. Strahl declared those who stayed behind were cowards, and the Legion broke. Those who followed Magna Strahl called themselves Paladins and went north to pursue the enemies of man. They vanished into the darkness and were never heard from again.
How did the Paladins become the Dominion?
I wish I knew that story. I doubt even the Dominion knows it, really. They lost the path. They no longer use their strength to protect anyone, let alone everyone. I doubt anyone in the Dominion even remembers that was their purpose. That's why it's vital that we remember. Strahl's story and the path of might cannot be allowed to die.
I'll remember.
Good. Before the Battle of Antium Pass, the Legion's test of resolve had a different basis. It began with Leotrel, the general's oldest friend. When Tarsis first raised an army against the Urgoth, Leotrel was with her. The Arcanists were hidden from them. They hadn't yet found Arden Vasa. No lancers, no javelins, no weapons, no fortress. Not even a good hiding place. Nothing but the vision of Helena Tarsis and Leotrel's unbreakable will.
I've never heard about the beginning of the Legion before.
In a way, it has no beginning. Where and when did Tarsis and Leotrel meet? No one remembers. Maybe it was once such common knowledge that no one thought to pass it on. There are countless towns that now claim to be the birthplace of General Tarsis. The truth is lost. A legion needs soldiers, and it began with just one. The two set out to find the Urgoth. The plan was simple. Follow the raiders and warn villages in their path. At first, they succeeded in getting word of the coming Urgoth to people in time. Villagers fled, but the longer the Urgoth went without a catch, the faster it spurred their hunt. Finally, Tarsis and Leotrel arrived at a town with the Urgoth on their heels. Flight was impossible, so they stood and fought.
Fighting Urgoth without a javelin, by themselves. That took guts.
Tarsis hoped to slow the Urgoth enough that some villagers could escape. The two of them, alone, armed with simple weapons, were little more than an annoyance to the enemy. But they fought. Despite greater numbers, strength, and weapons, the Urgoth could not subdue them. Finally, with Tarsis wounded and Leotrel at the point of exhaustion, the two prepared for the end. But the villagers rallied. With tools and improvised weapons, they joined the battle and routed the enemy. Many innocents were taken that night, but not all of them. Because people fought the inevitable. And the rest is a tale for another time.
You stay on your side, and I will stay on mine.
Look, let's get it.
Well, there you have it, guys. We did the challenge of Valor, and now we just completed the challenge of Might. And now it looks like there's a challenge of Resolve. I can't wait to actually see what it is. Here we go. We're doing it together, guys. Oh, boy. That's it? Wow, that's easy. I'm psyched. So we got to prove our resolve by completing daily and weekly trials, which is going to take a little while, but it's not something we could grind out in like a day or two. But we'll get it done for sure. But yeah, there it is, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I'll let you know what happens when I finish this one. Peace out.